All right. I think this is live.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Now we're live. Let me see this real quick. Um,
I think I'm the only one now live, dude. So it still says live up in the corner.
okay. I
What
came back.
happened?
I don't know what happened.
This is a 2 hour run, everyone. So if anybody's joining right now, we are back on the podcast, TenHut, and we haven't left Meal with the Vet. Um, there's still big plans for Meal with the Vet. We kind of just want to revamp the podcast, kind of get TenHut back on the map. This coronavirus as a company hit us pretty hard too. So, but we want to utilize this platform as kind of a branding tool, and we also realize that like a lot of the Zoom calls that Pedro and I have been having with some of our other members and things like that, we can record it and share it with everybody because a lot of the times we're shooting the shit and great ideas come out of it and no one press record. So um, we definitely want to do this, and I'm sure Pedro has some updates.
Yeah. So what's going on, everyone? So right now, I'm pretty sure we have the Facebook page. We have someone viewing, and then a Facebook group. I know for the Facebook group, if you're watching this right now, go ahead and just comment something. We're trying to make this thing happen again. So we're back at on this podcast and TenHut on the map again. So like Jose was saying, so yeah, there's a lot of things, updates. I think the last time that we got together actually as TenHut, I think it was last July, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
Um,
dude, it's been quite some time.
yeah. So for some of you guys that are new to just learning about TenHut, so last year we were part of the UCLA Socio Impact Academy, not Socio Impact, but just Socio Academy. It's just a program for nonprofits to find better ways to raise money for for the nonprofit itself.
Yeah, nonprofit sustainability with a
Sustainability.
yeah.
Right. And and we did a pitch competition. We believe in came in third place, or there was a specific name to us. I don't remember what it was, but I just call it third
It's
place.
no, it is the Viewer's Choice Award.
There we go. Okay. It's been a long time. But anyways, yeah, so I was super excited. And then what we did after in July, did we actually we started working on a program that it was going to allow veterans use a post 9/11 bill to go to get into entrepreneurship. And we actually got our program. We worked diligently from July, actually, or not, July to December, and we were able to get our program approved by the VA, which is a program that is for 3 months, and in with partners such as the Veteran Chamber of Commerce with Joe Molina, and then also the co-founder of Sabio, which is a coding program by uh, um, oh Jesus, I always go by her last name, Manji. I always mess up.
Liliana
Yeah,
Monge. Yeah.
it's like it's so easy for I don't know for some reason her last name is so much easier to remember, and I always say that to her. But yeah,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean and that's what I mentioned, like because it did take us from July 2019 till about December, and then we were starting to roll that program out in the school, or trying to develop the school and getting it into um, Camp Pendleton. I think we were approved to have it there and then Corona hit and fuck
right.
it, everything just went to shit.
Yeah.
But so I guess now we're gonna have to do its explicit podcast. Did you press explicit on the thing?
No, I did not. No, but it's gonna be explicit. Well, bet. But
But
not a lot of people are vets here in the group, but it's okay.
yeah, so that's what happened. That's kind of the trajectory of what happened with TenHut, but we still don't want to give up on that, on what we know will be able to help. And right now we're going to utilize this platform or these platforms, the podcast, to, to inform, what I would like to do. And I know that you and I have talked about it. What I would like to do with the podcast is challenge the nonprofit organizations that are assisting veterans, and kind of, hold them accountable. So if you're a veteran and you know of an organization that isn't pulling their weight in the nonprofit sector, let us know, because I want to call them in and be like, hey, what's going on? These are the supportive services that you're providing, but you ain't doing shit for it. Sorry, but you ain't doing anything for it. But on the other hand, too, like if there's other organizations that are really doing the service to the community and in the veteran community, we want to highlight those too, and let the veterans know that, hey, these organizations are the ones that really serve the veteran community, because that's what gets them funded again.
Yeah.
Highlighting those, but the ones that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, let's call them out and if I can put them on the spotlight and see if they change their ways or they're no longer around. If we make them, I don't want anybody to lose their job, but if you're doing a good job in a particular organization, if you're a good case manager, I guarantee you that another organization will pick you up.
Right, definitely. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear the background, but I apologize about that. This is live raw, so we won't be able to edit anything. So it's just going to be how it is. It takes so much time actually to edit videos and everything like that. So, like Jose was saying, pretty much we just. Go ahead.
Everyone has time, bro. It takes too much money. Yeah, no one has money right now.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, so anyways, what we're looking to do, and I was mentioning this to Jose before, was that I'm looking to spotlight these nonprofits that are actually doing amazing work. So right now I reside in the Inland Empire in California. That's the Southern California part. And so if you're watching this from another state, just so you guys can know where we at. So there's certain areas in California that there's a big community of veterans, but they don't actually get help as much if you go to San Diego or you go to Los Angeles. And that's what we're looking to do, to just spotlight these nonprofits within the area that we're located, but also obviously, spotlight all the nonprofits that are doing amazing work. And one of the biggest problems for nonprofits, check this out, is that the ones that actually do amazing work are the ones that are having difficulties getting that funding versus, the ones that are actually just pushing veterans. It's just a number, right? And they're the ones who know how to, manipulate the paperwork so they can say, hey, we help X amount of veterans, and just pushing out.
There's a ton of organizations of like fluff up their numbers, just like, oh yeah, I helped that veteran out a couple months ago. Veteran never even set foot in the damn organization, dude. But the shit, a lot of these organizations, I remember, and I'm gonna call out one of them right now. It's freaking Volunteers of America. Volunteers of America used to do this a lot. Way back in the days that they used to share numbers with each other, and a lot of the workforce, the work source centers, I used to do this. I know the one in Rosemead used to do it, where they used to share numbers just to say that they helped veterans.
Right.
Like, come on, organizations. This is ridiculous. Hey, you know what we should call that segment in the podcast, dude? We should call it the good and the ugly. You'll be the good, dude. I'll be the ugly.
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop type thing, Yeah. But we would be able to switch, because I know there's a lot of companies, nonprofits, that piss me off, not just because of me getting help, but other veterans were actually needing help, and they just couldn't help them at all.
And not to only call out, like, I know Volunteers of America, there's certain programs in Volunteers of America that they're doing an okay job,
I'm gonna go tell them, I'm sorry, there's vacuum going on right here. I know this is live. I'm sorry, but just go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So back to Volunteers of America. I know that there's certain things that they do an okay job, and they serve the veteran community okay, but it's just okay. It's not up to par. It's not, that's why they have such high turnover. and to them, it isn't about serving the community. It's about getting enough numbers for them so to get refunded, which is not the way to go. You have to start off with your why. You have to start off with your passion and continue and moving forward with that passion. Not just because you've already succeeded and created a big organization that's siphoning off money off the government, and you'll always have that. Now you're comfortable and you don't have to actually serve the people. You're just serving enough numbers to maintain your funding. That's not how that works. It shouldn't be, at least how it works now, but it shouldn't be how it works. And that's what we want to do. I mean, particularly, I'll call out organizations and I'll try to bring them in. A lot of them probably will say no, but I'll chorus them like, yeah, we'll feed you.
Yeah, and so go ahead.
You know what would bring it, and you thought about this when we were doing the whiskey and cash flow. Just promised them drinks, like, oh yeah, we'll give you a bottle of whiskey or some shit.
Yeah, whiskey and cash flow. So some of you guys probably might know, but we used to put events together called Whiskey, Wine, and Cash Flow, the nonprofit version. So we used to bring tons of whiskey and tons of wine, and everybody had a great time. It's meeting great people. So yeah,
that was fun. Hopefully we get to do those again once the social distancing,
right.
Everyone starts getting the new vaccine.
Start glowing after the vaccine. That's how I felt when I had that anthrax shot. It just reminded me, like, literally they put it together so fast, and we just had the anthrax, and I'm pretty sure we were like glowing for like a day. All that
from the radiation. Dude, it's the military and then the veterans that are like the veteran organizations that are going to try it out first. So I don't want the first round of vaccines, and I don't want the second round of vaccines.
Yeah. But and I mean, people know. Yeah, we all, vets. Service members are always the test subjects.
Yeah.
I
mean,
all right.
If you promise it to them for free, they're like, oh yeah, I'll take it. I might actually do the second round when they do it at the VA here in West LA. I might go stand in the line like an idiot.
Good luck, bro.
I'll start growing a third head. They'll let you know. Like, this isn't good.
Seriously, just like the smallpox, right? When we got the smallpox, Jesus, man.
Oh, dude, I had
a lot of
big old football right here. So like size, not like a softball size lump right there for like a week. It was horrible.
I know. A few people, man. They actually got their face all messed up because they scratch at night, right? And then they just scratch your face, and then all of a sudden you got poop. Yeah. So, Hey, just quick announcement, guys. If you are typing this, I really thank you so much for joining us. If please go ahead. I think there's a button where you press there on the link where you allow to get StreamYard into the group. Because I cannot see your name. I only see Facebook user. I am new to this whole StreamYard thing, so I'm going as it is, right? So work with me, people. Work with me.
Or actually put it out there. I don't know how many people are actually online right now, but if you know how to do StreamYard and you want to teach us or teach him, just let him know.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's talk about wins, man. I'll let you take on. I just talk about him, David.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You want to announce that?
Well, one of the veterans that we helped out prior to the the coronavirus starting, we had helped them get into a unit over here in Marina del Rey, and now he's in the fire academy, or not the fire. He's actually the academy, the
fire department academy.
Yeah, the fire department academy over in LA. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's definitely our goal for TenHut is actually to. So what makes us different, right? So some of you guys might not know who, you probably just join us or whatever. But what TenHut is, when we started TenHut, we wanted to. The whole mission was to actually help veterans that are at risk, right? There's so many nonprofits out there that are actually helping veterans that are already and homeless, or they have depending on the situation that we don't have the resources to. So our goal was to actually avoid that veteran to go into the chronic homeless stage. So and our focus is to in continuing helping veterans that are at risk, or even helping them that with a transition. And it doesn't take 1 year or 2 years. It takes a long time to actually transition from the military to the civilian life. And and what we heard so much from vets has been that I lose my identity, right? Like, what is my new mission? Now I'm kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I want to go to college. I don't want to go to college. I don't know what kind of job I should get. I mean, so there's a lot of things that has been going on, that's been happening to veterans. And it tends, because of that, not having that guidance, it tends to have veterans go into the chronic homeless stage. And this is why you start seeing veterans go into that end, the deep end. And our goal with TenHut is to actually help veterans not get to that point. You want to add anything to that?
No, I completely agree with you, man. It's that we coined it when we were doing our pitches to investors. We called it like the veteran drifter.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of drift your way out of the military, thinking that transitioning back into civilian life is going to be very seamlessly, like just very easy. It's seamlessly.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's
yeah, and it isn't. A lot of the times you do lose that sense of purpose and that sense of mission that we used to have in the military, and you're used to a certain structure while you're in the military, and then you wake up the next day knowing that you're no longer in the military, and it's already 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh shit, I didn't go to PT, but you don't have to. Yeah. So you don't have that structure anymore, and you start losing yourself within that, like, more freedom, I suppose.
Right.
But a lot of us, to thrive, we thrive with structure, and unfortunately, if we lose it, we tend to drift into other things with substance abuse. We let the mental illness get worse. A lot of us come out with some sort of mental issues that, we bottle up, but the minute that we start drifting into other things, those symptoms get worse because we push them aside. Oh, I'll deal with it later, or I don't want to deal with it at all. And that's what leads us into other things, like I mentioned, substance abuse, homelessness.
Right. Yeah.
Drifting from couch to couch on someone else's, home.
Right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. And that's what made it, okay. And so what you just finished saying, right? And so for others that wants to start a nonprofit or want to get into business supporting veterans, knowing that niche, and finding that problem within that category. Like, so we're in the category of veterans, right? Like, that's our business. And that's what really got us moving forward. Like, that's what really got us, like, getting, like, literally my phone was getting blown up. I mean, I literally getting a lot of calls. I know we're getting a lot of emails.
But in a sense, and you brought this up when we had initially started the nonprofit or the business. It was to disrupt. That's you always, that was your mission, was to disrupt what the current status quo was for nonprofit organizations servicing veterans. And what we decided to do is, there's a lot of veterans that have already reached that chronic homeless stage,
right?
And a lot of organizations that are supporting veterans and assisting veterans in that stage already are very reactive organizations. They're already reacting to this particular problem. And what we still want to do, is be more proactive about the issue and catch the veteran as they're separating out of the military. Ideally, it would be catching the service member exiting the military and make it a better TAPS program, which is the program that they have while you're exiting the military, make it a lot better and more tailored to the veteran, more geolocated. Like if you're the issues that a veteran has transitioning out of a military service into LA County isn't the same issues that someone's transitioning into Texas or New York or some of the more rural locations. It's not the same. So that TAPS program is a very broad, useless program. And it is. I mean, call a spade a spade. It's fucking useless. Yeah, I mean, they're going to give you some brochures, maybe a talk or two about, oh yeah, what are your plans? What are your plans to do when you get out? What is it that you want to do? And everyone is just so delighted that they're going to be separated from the military and actually have a little bit more freedom, that they think it's easy getting into school. They think it's easy reintegrating back into your family life. They think it's easy, and it takes a little work. And then when you hit that brick wall and it becomes challenging, we revert back to what we know and internalize everything, and like, okay, well, I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later.
Right.
So we want to be more proactive about it. We want to, help out those individuals that are coming out of the military and really. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but hold your hand through the process and tell you, okay, what is it that you need? You need housing. Boom, boom. These are the organizations that are actually doing shit for veterans in that particular area. You want to go to college? Here, stay away from the predatory institutions. Go to a 4-year. No, there is like freaking. I mean. You got DeVry that just lost a bunch of money. You got,
hold that thought right there. Right. So there's a company. I just saw an article. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago that actually it was a trucking school. I don't remember what state, but they actually got caught by the VA that they were, frauding them. So, you just got to be careful, right? You just got to really, and this is the reason why we want to have this podcast. And this is how we're going to be doing it every week, find the resources, and right now we're focusing on in Southern California, LA County, Orange County, LA Empire, San Diego County, because, we're just trying to make sure that we have a streamlined process. So individuals are getting out of the military or those that are already, or they're moving from another state to California, which I don't know why, but, you at least where to go.
I guarantee you that probably 90% or more of the veterans that are moving into California is for two reasons. They either have family here already, or they think that living near the coast and the beach is just the way to live. Like, no, it's not. It's not. No, it's not all that's cut out to be.
That's Santa Monica.
Because and I live in Culver City. The beach is literally 4 miles away.
Yeah. I stay away from LA. I already told you, man. Not for me. So yeah, and that's the thing. Another win. Let's talk about another win. I like wins. So we actually last month we got approved. Actually, it was not approved last month, but a couple months ago. But it was announced last month. One of our friends, he's an attorney, trademark attorney, and we got TenHut and trademarked. So we're good to go with that.
This neat logo that you see up here.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know if you guys could see it, but that little neat logo is trademarked, and
yeah,
go ahead and use it so we can sue the shit out of you.
You can't copy that no more. We'd be like Wonder Warrior, right? I remember someone was telling me, like, someone developed some sort of silhouette similar to Wonder Warrior, and they really started to they went crazy. Like, we're not like that, but they were like really going crazy. We're like, well, I'm gonna sue you so much money just because you just halfway look like my silhouette,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but we don't like that at all. We're just happy we got a trademark, one of our goals. Yeah.
And I mean, now that you called out Wounded Warrior,
Oh Jesus.
no, it's a good organization. I have to admit, it's a really good organization. A lot of the services that they're providing, employment services. Um, I think at the beginning of the Corona incident, if people started losing their job, they offered like, I think it was $1,200 for veterans that needed help with the rent or something like that.
Yeah.
That was amazing, and it was like fast from
Well, that's
what I
good.
heard. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool. So shouts out to Wounded Warrior, good job. And if you know of any Wounded Warrior location that isn't doing their job, either let us know or let Wounded Warrior know, because
Pretty much.
I'm sure they'll get on top of it.
I know that we had a project where we were going to do a coding boot camp or like a coding class. You know, I don't know, for a couple weeks at the San Diego Wounded Warrior location. You know, so but this whole COVID thing happened, so it really put a lot of pause into our projects.
Yeah.
You know, COVID-19, man, gotta love it. And so, but
You know how
what?
you know how
We
people
talked about this. Yeah.
what?
I said we talked about this, like even though this whole COVID-19 has happened, like a lot of veterans are used to this. Like it's like, like you're in timeout, like just go to your room, like, okay, wait, whatever.
Yeah, hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. Yeah,
Yeah, just wait. Everyone, I don't know if everyone used to say, "Oh, like when something went wrong, oh, thanks Obama." Now we blame COVID. Oh, thanks COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
No one's gonna forget 2020. Our kids won't forget 2020. I know my kids are like, damn, this COVID is leaving. I mean, it's going away. Who's this COVID? Like, like get pissed. And I don't blame them. These kids they tired of being in home all the time. They want freedom.
Yeah. And I mean, I see why people. I mean, I guess now we're doing the COVID talk, but I could see why people are scared of getting infected, and as I mean, in July 25th, I was diagnosed with COVID, or not diagnosed, but I had COVID, not diagnosed, but I had COVID, and it was pretty bad, dude. So
yeah, I remember.
For a certain individual to come out in the media and say that he's a hero, oh my god, it kind of I don't know if you saw that on the news. He came out and
I stay away from the news, man. I have not been watching the news because it's just ridiculous. But I've been seeing the memes though. I've been watching the memes, so they have true.
I don't want to get political. I really don't. I mean, I do care about the health and politics, and I do care about it a lot. So I'm not going to give a political view on it because I want to stay as neutral as possible. But if you want to challenge me, come and do it. I just didn't like that part that he came out and he's like, I'm a hero because I had COVID and I'm still standing in front of you. Come on, bro. Like, really?
It's because he had the Badger milk, bro. That's why. Some Badger milk, His immune system went super clean, so
I missed that memo, dude. I didn't take the Badger milk when I had
the Badger milk. I've been talking about this for so many years. It's crazy. Talking about COVID, so I
didn't you tell me the other day, and this is about to get explicit, but didn't you tell me
nothing crazy explicit.
Oh, never mind. I was going to talk about like whale sperm.
No, someone put that meme. I don't know who it was. I forgot. I think I was Louis. Louis has been working with us. He's he's a Army and Marine vet. So he's going to be on a show pretty soon too. He's out in Vegas right now. And the guy's been, before we helped him out, he went to the Philippines and came back. Great guy, so I think awesome. It was Louis, so that's why it popped in my mind. I think it was Louis that one who sent us that. It was some weird stuff. More veterans, we just don't care, and we'll just, But I was gonna say about the COVID, right? So before the lockdown, I swear that I had the COVID because I had the symptoms. Remember when I told you I was like, dude, my chest hurts, It's weird. Like my taste buds went away, and I mean, it was just a weird feeling, you know. And I'm pretty sure I had it before. I must have caught it from someone when I was in an event, because the last event I went to before the lockdown was at a Jesus, it was in San Diego. Yeah, it was in San Diego. And I think that I must have caught it there somewhere, you know. But now I'm okay, and I want to keep it that way. I know you're okay.
Yeah,
I'm scared though. Remember?
What's that?
You had a second scare about the COVID.
Oh yeah. Well, it's because it wouldn't go away. So I had it. I was in quarantine for 14 days, and then I was fine. And then I had to get a small procedure done at the VA. So I had to get retested, and that was like a month span. So I got retested, and I still came out positive. So they're like scratching their head, like, "Why are you still positive? You should have the antibodies for it." And I was like, I don't know. I feel fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. You know, the person that I want to interview and talking about COVID, because he has been like going crazy on Facebook. I know you don't have Facebook. You're like one of the few people that don't have Facebook at all. Neither Instagram. But hold on. But
all I have is Instagram. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not Instagram.
You're not even on
LinkedIn.
You're on LinkedIn. But anyways, the guy that has been talking so much crap and he says is nothing has been Will Romero. So he's an Air Force veteran, and it's funny. I'm hoping if you're listening to this, I sent you a text. I want us to join us on our YouTube /podcast show
next week.
Yeah, next week. And you know, this guy has been through surgery, and I'm sorry to put your stuff out there, but this guy been surgery, and he said I died a couple of times in surgery. You know, and he still is crazy. Like this guy's like, and he got the COVID. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but was he saying that COVID was bullshit, or
it's not as crazy like people think? You know, like you're gonna catch the COVID. I swear, people were talking about like I'm gonna catch the COVID and my life is over.
No, I did. I mean, it did feel like the flu, but yeah, the whole respiratory thing is what not scared me. I was like, what the this isn't right, because it was like wheezing and. You know, and it didn't feel like you had fluid in your lungs. It just felt like you couldn't breathe, like somebody was holding your pipe, and you just
it's like you feel like irritation too, right? Like
a little bit of
That's so for some of you guys that are actually like avoiding the COVID, I do highly suggest there is a apparatus. It's called the lung expansion. Is that how?
Yeah, I have it.
So I bought this lung expansion apparatus. As you put in your mouth and you breathe in, breathe out. It's supposed to improve your cardio, and it's supposed to improve your lung capacity. I need it because of I have sleep apnea, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna catch this, I definitely gotta do something about it, prepare my lungs, in case. Because the reason is I read an article about pneumonia. And they say that if you catch pneumonia, after you get fixed up, it's important for you to start doing lung exercises, because if you catch it again, then it becomes a big problem. Now, if you start training your lungs, then you have a better chance.
Yeah, I don't know if you I was gonna go get it, but never mind. Yeah, dude. I started doing it after I got COVID, and I started doing the respiratory therapy with it. And I mean, it helped after, because you do lose. It takes a little while to regain the lung capacity. I wasn't able to take deep breaths till probably a month and a half after. The thing one of the symptoms that really pissed me off was the loss of taste and smell. I couldn't taste food. It was horrible. I'm a foodie. Like my food just tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens to me when I get really sick? It happens to me. I lose my sense of taste. I guess I have COVID 18 at the time, and the year before that, COVID 17 and 16 and 14. Because that happens to me every time I get sick and like lose my taste bud. I remember, Dania, we went out and I happened to get sick that day, and when I start getting sick is I start losing my taste buds. And we went to a nice restaurant, and I couldn't taste the food. I was so pissed. And she was just eating in my face like, you sure? This is so good. Like, I can't taste anything.
All right, we got to stop talking about our symptoms.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, yeah. But all right. So the next thing is, so now, what we're looking to do again we're just going to be focusing on this on the podcast, YouTube, and definitely, if you are looking to, volunteer sometime and helping a nonprofit, please let us know. We definitely will love some help, getting this channel up and running. We also would like to, in the future, we want to put some events together, and I have some ideas that that I'm looking to do, and then if you want to get interviewed, if you're a veteran, a nonprofit organization, things that you're doing, great things for vets, hit us up.
Yeah, certainly. If you have like good topics, or you want to, just come and shoot the shit with us, we're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to come in and talk to us. What I want to do, or what we want to do with this podcast is we started off back in early 2019 with a really good concept of a podcast, and we called it Meal with the Vet. And we had a great host, Alexandra Jaquez. And what we want to do is revamp that, but take it a little further and do the Meal with the Vet. And basically what that podcast was, we sat down with the veteran while we had a meal, and we just shooting the shit. It's very easy to relax and start opening up when you have food coming into your mouth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it just puts you in a relaxed mood. I mean, and it's basic science, where if you're eating, you're not, you think you're in a comfortable, your mind tells you you're in a comfortable setting, you're relaxed, and especially if the food is good, you kind of tend to open up a little bit more, and because you feel relaxed. And it counts a lot with the person that you're talking to. And we were very lucky. We're very lucky to have Alexandra Jaquez at the Meal with the Vet. But we want to take it a step further and take it on the road. We want to be able to create a podcast van or a podcast vehicle where we can travel to a lot of these main cities all over the country and interview veterans, whether they're out on the streets, and try to help them while we're there. If you're in the streets, if you're homeless, if you're, something, and then, just interview vets across and get that veteran story and start changing that veteran narrative not only within ourselves, but also in the communities and in society as well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm excited to restart this. It's been and I'm not gonna lie, I think I really want to talk about this because many people have asked me like what happened, what happened with TenHut, and the truth is, for Jose and I, we actually now it's been 3 years. I think it was like a 3 year mark for us that we have not worked at all, and the only job that we had was actually the nonprofit. So because not having a job, and this is a nonprofit, our funds were definitely depleting. So what we did, it was just like we had to restart. We had to start from the drawing board. I said, all right, let's handle ourselves first again, and then start thinking about TenHut.
I mean, it's our business model, or it's right on our logo. We rebuild, restructure, and reinforce. Right now, I mean, we started building TenHut, and unfortunately, things happen with COVID and other things, and funding and our own funds, that now we have to rebuild, restructure, and then reinforce it even stronger, so that we can help those veterans out, our veteran community, so that we can grow as a company.
Yeah, we definitely learned a lot. We were fortunate to actually join 2 incubator programs and we learn a lot from these mentors, from venture capitalists to angel investors. How to how to make our business more of some ideas of how we can actually make the business sustainable. One thing a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to put it out there, is that we actually raised 2.5 million to get from investors, and we were working diligently, but fortunately a lot of the properties here, and again 2.5 million for real estate to provide affordable housing for veterans. And but there is a lot of components that I didn't know when I got into the real estate business, and and there was a lot of red tape that we were like getting surprised with, dealing with the cities. So that project kind of fell off, right? And the investors were actually feeling bad about this because these investors are actually social impact investors. They have been in business and developing properties for affordable, to make it affordable for people. And fortunately, when one of the pitch competitions that we did, we came across one of the, and who was it? I don't remember, but I think he was one of the sons, and he said, "Hey, you need to talk to my dad," and because he does the same thing, but he does it out of state. Maybe you guys could, work something together. And we were very excited. But you know what? It's a learning lesson, right? So now when we execute in the future, or if we decided to execute in the future, now we know what is that we need to do to make this happen, right? So lesson learned. It's all good.
Yeah, as long as we don't give up on the mission and vision. We're still moving forward. Just right now, we're forced to take a step back, readjust certain things, and gear our focus into information. Which is what we're doing now. Because basically, that's all we can do right now. Without funds, we can be more informative, and I really want to try to hold. The more viewers we get, the bigger our audience and the bigger people would hear it. But I want to hold organizations accountable if they're not doing, or even case managers accountable. If you know of anybody that they're not doing their job, let us know. We'll call them out. I don't care. You're there in a nonprofit organization, not because you just need community. It's a plus that you happen to be paid for it. No one's going to get rich being a case manager. No one's going to get rich having a passion to help people. And if that is your goal, to get rich off of helping others, and it isn't the segment of the market that you need to be into. And you can
go in the wrong business.
You're in the wrong business, man. So people need to be accountable too. People need to be held accountable as well, not only organizations, because this organization might have a phenomenal mission and vision and steps to execute that particular mission. But then the bottom people that are just so jaded about their job that they just stop caring about who they're helping, they start affecting the bigger picture of that particular organization. So we'll call you out too.
Yeah, I do want to add something in regards of the case managers. I think that a lot of these nonprofits need to understand you cannot, it doesn't make sense to give 100 cases to one case manager. One of our friends, she's been through it, right? And then she left the job because she said, "Look, I'm doing my best helping veterans." She's a vet herself.
But you could see that passion in people. You could see, even if they have 120 cases, 100, 200 cases, you can still see the passion. And do they start being jaded about certain clients or certain people that walk in through the door? Absolutely. Because just as case manager, you have to hold accountable the veterans that's crossing that door too. Because a lot of us think that things need to be handed to us, and
Right.
and I'll put myself in that category. When I had recently separated from the military, I was one of that. Like, I thought I was going to apply for a job, and immediately, as soon as I walk into the door and I turned in my application, you know what? You got the job. And it's not the case. It's, you have to do the work. You have to put in the effort to get the services that you want, because they don't just come out. I mean, the let's take SSVF for example. SSVF is the supportive services for veteran families that help veterans stay in their apartments or gain an apartment or gain a place to live, and they'll pay your, you know, your first month's rent, your deposit, and your moving costs. They'll pay all that. They'll even pay your light bill, and just for you to get settled. That's
Right.
SFVF funds.
Yeah. Yep. I think we just lost you. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys are watching this right now. We just lost Jose. He just froze right now, so I'm not too sure what happened. I apologize about that. If you guys are hearing this, definitely join us next Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm sorry, at 7 p.m. And we will be continuing. It's going to be a great show. And, you know, we're just like, again, we're revamping this. So it's going to be amazing. All right, guys, till next time. I'm not too sure if Jose, yeah, he just got kicked out. So anyways, till next time. If you're a nonprofit within the local area, Inland Empire, LA, or if you're working with veterans, hey, just hit me up. Definitely. And if you want to get in the show, just please let me know. Looking forward to you know, start expanding, becoming like the hub with the resources, you know, for vets, because I know for a fact that every time there's a job fair, every time there's an event coming up for veterans, I always get the email a day after or something like that. And hold on, I just got Jose back again. But anyways, I always get the email day after, or I get the email, you know, a week later. So we're actually in something that we didn't mention, Jose, that we actually got through the help of Sabio an app, where this app is going to become a like, you know, everybody's going to be able to download it. First is going to, you know, notify you guys when our show is coming out, you know, just kind of a little preview. And a second thing too is any events is coming around within the Southern California for veterans, you guys are going to be the first one to know. We're going to be working with nonprofits where they just all they have to do is make an account, and they're going to say, hey, we have an event at this day. Boom, everyone's going to know real time. So I was just kind of end the show, bro, because you got cut off. You stay like that, you know, and I'm like, oh, I guess.
Oh, really? No, my bad. I should have just put it on cellular connection because my internet went out. But yeah, what I was talking about SSVF and those type of funds. But just to finish my thought, like, yes, I recognize that some case managers need to put some pressure on the veteran to get the paperwork done, to get the, you know, just boots on ground and start looking for their own place too, because not all organizations have housing navigators. So I recognize that. I do recognize that a lot of case managers are overworked and underpaid. I get it. But there's also nonprofit organizations, or there's also case managers in certain nonprofit organizations that they don't have the qualifications to be a case manager, and they don't really care. Like, I've seen it, I've worked with it, and I just want to say that you know, I'm here to call people out. I'm here to, but like you mentioned, we want to also highlight those wins on the organizations that are providing the services for the veterans, that are doing what they're supposed to do for the vets. And I want to do that. Like, we got to say the good and the ugly, man.
Yeah, definitely. No, I understand. Yeah, and it's good to put it out there, because a lot of people need to know, you know, they have this illusion that all these nonprofits exist and they're going to help vets, but in reality, it does not, because here's a great example. I have the numbers where many folks have called me and say, "Hey, I need help with this," but because I was promised somewhere else, and they're not gonna be able to help me, or or they say they wouldn't help me find a job, but it's like they don't have a system, a process for these veterans to help them get a job. So it's like, and the jobs that they get is like what, like work in a warehouse. I keep hearing that, warehouse or security guard. And look, I served 20 years. Like, what the heck?
You know what would be really interesting, dude? If somebody comes onto our podcast and they write, "Hey, you know what? This certain case manager at certain organization."
They'll remain anonymous.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Then we do like an undercover thing, and then we go in there with like a little camera, and we record them being dicks. Like, come on.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's true, dude. That'll be funny.
Yeah, we do like a little segment. Oh, we actually just caught this case manager at a certain organization, and they weren't providing the service they were supposed to, just because it was already 4:25, and they wanted to get out of work at 4:30.
Yeah.
And they kicked them out and told them to come back later. Like, no, that's not your job. Your job is to stay there until a certain time, because that's what the fucking organization pays you for. They don't pay you 5 minutes before because you want to get out early. Like, no, you're there till 4:30, and if it happens to take longer to help this particular vet, that's what you should do.
So for some of you guys wondering what we're talking about or why we saying this, we've been through it, and we're still hearing this from other vets presently. So
yeah, man, I work for one of the, one of the biggest organizations in the U.S. that helps out vets. West LA VA.
Mm-hmm.
Do they all of them do a good job? No.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? It's a federal organization. Like, you can't really do much. But we can call out the ones that are receiving funds from the federal government or receiving grant money from other other investors, other people that want they want to provide this grant for organizations. Then you should do your job. So let's call out those nonprofits. Because we
can have some checks and balances, right? Have some checks and balances for managers. Make sure they are actually having their people doing the right work and not just turning their cheek to the other side. And and just.
Oh, dude. So when I used to work at I hope Volunteers of America don't come back and sue me, but I have proof. Anyways, but I used to work for Volunteers of America, and they had this lady. She was a program manager. Her name was Antoinette, dude. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this, but I don't care. But she used to use hotel vouchers to give them out to her friends. Those hotel vouchers had to be given to people so they wouldn't sleep on the streets, but she was using them to hook up her friends so they could have hotel parties. And Jesus. Like, what? Yeah, she stole so much from Volunteers in America, man. It was ridiculous.
Oh man.
Yeah,
years ago too. So,
but no one knows that. No one will publicize that. Like,
except for you now. You just did it now.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I want to air out people's laundry. Let's do this.
This guy again. He's a bad cop. I'm the good cop. So,
yeah. No, I'm just saying. Like you mentioned, like checks and balances. I get it. Let's do it. If you're a good organization or you're a good case manager and you believe you're doing your job, then keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to be afraid of being spotlighted. Exactly. We'll spotlight you, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like the good and the ugly, dude.
Absolutely. Not true. Yeah, but yeah, man. So
I mean, I wish that we can like get enough funds to finish the app that do like a Yelp for veteran organizations. Have veterans review it, what supportive services they got, what was their experience like, and it's all geolocated, just like Yelp, but for nonprofit organizations, and even do it for, the service that they got. for with
I
that.
know you were running the project on that. So do we have a beta?
We do have a beta for it, but it's still in Savio's hands right now, and we just got to get it back and work it a little bit more. Create maybe just make it a little bit more user friendly and the aesthetics of it, and then just having somebody maintain it. I'm not going to maintain.
So if you guys watching this, if you know anyone who's a coder or or you're a coder yourself, reach out to us. Definitely, we'll make this happen. But one step at a time. One step at a time.
Yeah, dude. Let's blow up this podcast first. And see how that goes. Yeah,
definitely. All right, guys. So yeah, and this is how it's gonna be. Nothing, we're gonna have interviews, but Jose and I were just gonna be shooting the shit. I did forget to bring my whiskey. So next time I'll have my whiskey.
Next time I'll do a little bit more research for not organizations, but maybe if something comes up on the news that I think veterans should know, I'll bring it up. If through the grapevine I hear that a certain organization isn't doing well or isn't doing their job, I'll bring it up. But I'll definitely do my research for next week so that we can call out more people. That Volunteers in America one, though, that is true.
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool, guys. All right, so just remember, guys, we're gonna be doing this every Thursday at 7:00. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. It's tricky, so I'm gonna let you guys know that we had two YouTube TenHut channels. For some reason, I don't know what happened to the first channel. We cannot get access to, but there's another one. And if you want to reach out to me, send me a DM on Facebook or reach out to us through TenHut, and I'll send you the link directly to you guys. Because we're trying to grow this channel. I have a lot of ideas what we can do with YouTube as well. Like I said, again, we're using this platform called StreamYard. It's first time, not my first time, but this is our first time actually doing as TenHut. So this is cool. So yeah, and again, app, if you know how to code or someone who knows how to code and want to add some like nonprofit into their portfolio as a volunteer, definitely have them reach out to us. But yeah, and Will, if you're listening to this, man, I am going to be nagging you for next Thursday. So
yeah, well, I haven't talked to you in almost a year, bro. We would love to have you on this podcast. Shoot the shit.
Yeah, definitely. Like last time, right?
Hey, we should just call the podcast The Good and the Ugly, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll be the ugly dude. I don't think anyone wants to see me without a beard. Believe me, it's.
Oh, talk about wins. Since I like to talk wins. Tell them what's going on this month.
Oh no, that's personal. I'm good.
Okay, I'll put the pictures on the day after.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Cool. All right, man. It was good seeing you. And good seeing everyone. Thank you for you guys that are watching us. Again, next Thursday, follow us.
7 p.m. every Thursday, right?
Every Thursday at 7:00 evening.
Yeah. No time. And I'm telling you, if you have organizations that you want to spotlight or dime out, bring it.
Yeah, bring it. All right, guys. Take care and good night.
Oh.
And